I'm awesome. Already very flanked by the numbers. My prediction is yet again completely into the wind, but I'm still I'm here to be surprised, and I get surprised. I guess I'm happy. Well, semi-right actually. I was right about the bans for Rome. I predicted that Rome bans Bazaar, considering it's the best map for Ember, and I was right. It was indeed it got banned. And my picks kind of swinged for Ember between Subway, because they hate Subway. They don't play it, and if they play it, they lose it. So we're not for Subway, or Quarantine, considering it's one of the better maps, and they're, let's say, worse maps for themselves. And yeah, Subway was indeed banned. So that is my prediction so far for the bans. And I have to get in the lobby. Shot me back. Oh man, I must admit, it was a real number crunching, about an hour long, but because Rome did such an, let's say, improving job on their comparison from last week to last season to this season, it's really hard to establish a certain picture when it comes to strengths and weaknesses. As they, for example, were not that great on Subway last season, but improved, it seems, proved heavily on Subway, because they changed it from only one game last season, which implies that they banned it rather often, to 3 picks this season alone and 2 wins out of that. So it was a little bit confusing. So I couldn't really make that much prediction, but I'm on it. I'm gonna be definitely using the breaks and make some number crunching. I would say that in the first pick, that is gonna be Suburbia here, that they're both pretty even considering, but I would say Ember, due to their to their, let's say, set skill set from already last season, so they're better, longer, they're longer better at Suburbia as Rome than Rome. So I would say that definitely Ember is the higher chances to win, but you know, I'm only guessing here, just throwing guesses in the air. Yeah, and watching over the numbers, I just realized I'm a doofus, and yet again I changed the teams up in my mind. It is indeed Amber who is the probably losing factor. They played the map more to that, but they did lose more in comparison to in Suburbia. It was Subway with that I had in mind. Suburbia is a quite decent pick for Rome here, having a 56% win chance overall season ahead, and comparison to this season's Ember having only 20% win chance. So I would say that Rome is definitely in for a fight, and it's going to be probably the winner. I mean, they are the gladiators. Well, let's see how gladiators prove against fire. At Yeah, but let's just hope they did it. And best thought of it. Yeah, but I would be really surprised if I managed to crack up their style in like 3 days. I mean, it was a Monday and now it's Thursday. Wait, is it Thursday or it's Friday? Oh, oh. Yeah, I remember. For me, the nights are days event. So yeah. Yeah, I just realized that the Poopachu is actually a part of Rome here. Actually, the first time I met him was then he was a reservist for redraft in my very first match on the season, on the game. No, I don't know, actually. Yeah, we have a singular defense line by Hailfire against... Oh, grenade taken out Poopachu, and William Dunce throws a grenade himself, but goes over the top. William Dunce going in for the revive on Poopachu, and Hailfire is pushing up. Oh. That was a real gladiator strategy, I must say. The raising of the shield with the pistol under it. That was some Roman stuff right here. We have some distracting smokes, and the classic I take my smoke for a walk trick by Poopachu here. Staying and moving just a little bit to take the smoke as a cover. Yeah, the circle is closing in. Only 3 people remaining against the 4-man push. But I must admit that the man, I don't know who's in the back. He's alone. What he's doing while his rest of the team is pushing up the left side here. Oh, sorry. I had to breathe. No, I think you're lying. We're not spotted.
I hear movement playground.
I think the singular attacker on the right side comes now into the Potter, as we Germans say. He comes into his speed, pushing up, and Ignite is flying at Lucky, but way above him. Lucky taking down Rob, and gets taken down himself by Poopachu. Ah. Well done by Rome. The shields were there. Sadly, no formation. Next time, maybe you see some turtle formations, but this was some good stuff. Good start up into the season, proving that I again was right. Oh, okay, I don't know. I know. I could say a German saying, or it's like, du sollst den Abend nicht vor morgen. Wait. You're not supposed to. I need the English term here. You're not supposed to say good stuff about the evening when the day is not done. That's roughly translated. Yeah, that's a good one. But I didn't manage to say the German term actually, but I just managed the English translation. I'm failing in my own language. Yeah, I mean, there are people that are multilingual. I mean, I do speak a bit of French, but yeah. Yeah. I can ask you if you want to sleep with me. Yeah. It seems that we have an uneven split. The attack is splitting up 4 people on the left side, 1 is going through the middle, but no one is on the right side. Playground match. I do follow. Yeah. I guess he did find him. We have a sort of mirrored playstyle when it comes to attacking. Ember repeating the same thing that Rome did, coming over the left here with a lot of smokes. Ooh, the grenade is flying. Lorena. Ooh, with the pistol. Ooh. That was some sexy shit. I think I want to ask him if he wants to sleep with me, because this was some stuff. I'm sorry, I cursed. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I now count my eggs? I mean, technically it's possible the half of the round. Yeah, I mean the yeah, oh, thank you. I mean the Lorena action on there, the grenade, also some other stuff. I never even see somebody using the silence pistol. Everybody takes it with him because it wants to be like 007 or some Metal Gear Solid stuff, but actually he used it. I'm proud. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can imagine that it was some what we call BM, bad mannered. You know, it's always nice to see that my stereotypes of American players come true. Because I always say American players are so much faster when it comes to pushing. And here I see William Dunce pushing alone with the shield while his team is still in the back. I think to myself, yeah, you know it. Yeah, I mean, when I'm in normal lobbies, I always rush the middle house. This is sort of my thing. And the smoke is flying out. Oh, the grenade is flying. William Dunce has to move and he's taken down by the grenade. Well done by Quoker here in the midst. Gladiator still under Quoker here. I guess they're neighbors now. Okay, it seems that I have to do the switch is Lucky. Taking down Lucky AF. Quoker still in the mid house. I have to kind of just have to get the new angle here. Gladiator firing some shots at Switch and moving up. Taken down by Quoker in the mid house. White Stride Rush. Confirm is out. Leaving only 2 to 3 people here. Poopachu and Lorena on the... Again with the silence pistol. But I forget what the thing is he is standing on. People with female names is confusing me. Poopachu aiming at the middle house. Let's see what he's up to. Checking the tablet, as always. Make sure to check your tablet. It's just like drinking water. Stay hydrated. And make sure you do it every time.
Okay, I think I've figured out my technical difficulties. Apologies if I don't know how long I've been gone. I might have never been here, but I am back.
Yeah, it felt like an eternity, I must say.
I wonder if I was ever in the chat.
Truly
No,
rare.
I think I was muted from the very start.
Really?
Yeah. You've just been talking to nobody.
Yeah, and who's gonna prove to me that you're not a part of my imagination? Yeah. So far we are. Grenade is flying out, Poopachu playground. A nice toss, but was not quite far enough. Push up to the middle house. It seems that Lorena got discovered. Poopachu behind a black car. Another grenade is armed. It is a smoke.
Yeah, they really want to try and get in there and get close to the objective. They really are focused on trying to get a cap on Ember here, and it's the right choice. They have been doing really well against Ember. They're in a 2v3, so capping is still a potential. They really got to get rid of Quokka here in the 2 story if they want to have a proper push, and we'll see how that works out.
Popa just got me a little bit confused, throwing 2 frags. You cannot do that while I am casting. That's confusing me. Stop that, please.
I think he scavenged the nades off one of the dead Marsoc on the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, how else?
Yeah.
Poopachu is coming in and a Quokka. It's going to be probably a trade. And... Yes! Again, I am right. I should definitely open up some kind of...
You know, if you start...
Future.
You have to start acting like you know what you're doing. Because every time you celebrate having a prediction right, like, you gotta...
Oh.
You just have to predict it and then be cool about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're right.
Gotta learn the ways.
I have to be cool about myself.
Yeah.
Lorena coming up for the push and the revive. He's trying to revive the dude on the stairs. Not working.
Confirm coming in there onto Quokka. He won't be able to radio in any more information, and Now we're into a 2v2. No utility really left from either one as we get into a bit of a firefight across the route, across the 2 stories here. Pupachu coming out some suppressive rounds, it looks like, and I wonder what their plan of attack is. Lorena's actually pushing forward.
It seems Lorena has a different plan of attack. And it's get taken down by C-Max, who is hiding here directly by the uplink. Always important to have someone by the uplink. Leaving against, again, a 2 against 1 for Rome.
Interesting that they wouldn't. Yeah, you got to be aware of that window spot. You got to check the window, and surprised that at the very least Pupachu wasn't also sending some suppressive rounds over there.
Yeah, I imagine that he didn't actually knew that Lorena was trying to do that hard push there. It was a little bit surprising probably, but Lorena probably had the time in mind. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on her clock, and now 30 seconds for Pupachu on his clock.
Running it down to the very last few seconds here, and it's a 1v2 switch. Goes down to Pupachu. C-Max here on the corner, and yeah, they just did not know he was there. And C-Max, with the clutch 2 kills, gets Ember the first win, and they are on the board now, 2-1.
So far, so Gucci. Well done. Ember is yet again trying to get in the back in the game. I mean, Venom really lost the other game. I'm just being prejudiced, as always, with myself. Ember's still there, only 1 point behind, and I mean, they still have to fight. You still have to fight somewhat.
Yeah.
And they're not taking their time.
No, they're not. That was not a minute 20. We are right back into the action. Round number 4 of map 1. It has been, I don't know, I guess that was a pretty slow round, so maybe they wanted to speed up in between after having a full 6-minute round there.
Yeah, we're probably having some kind of stopwatch and saying, "Oh man, we're almost a minute over it. We gotta make the time good now." Probably getting paid by the second or something.
We'll see how Ember go on the offense now. Bit of an early aggression as Quokka and Rob get up into some very dangerous frag grenade territory. If they stay here, they really are at risk. If they decide to move out shortly, since nades can come in now. Ooh, Gladiator! Oh no!
Hey, whoa. Hey, we talked about this, William. Okay, it seems that
Wow, the smoke, I think, got him confused. He heard the shots, and he saw some action over there and ends up shooting the back of one of his own and then confirming him nonetheless. So an unfortunate team kill situation there evens things out, fortunately, for Ember, and it's now a 4v4 as Quokka and Switch begin their potential entry into the 2-story as Lorena patiently waits.
Indeed, but I forgot. Yeah, it's always one word that I'm forgetting when my sentence is crumbling under itself. I guess I'm using that word now. I think that was a pretty nice action by Gladiator. He's not taking any chances by the smoke and just fired in there, taking him down pretty nicely. I had another sentence in mind, but sometimes it's just.
Quokka has broken off, interestingly enough. I wonder how they're going to plan on taking this and when. They have 4:10 on the clock, so Ember with a lot of time to work with, although they did kind of move up pretty quick. That first kill, I think, happened in the first 30 seconds. I sort of paused up. The rest of that team of Ember was so far behind this entire squad that
I'm not quite sure by what C-Max got hurt.
he got team shot by Hailfire. A shotgun shot from Lorena, and Pupachu finding one.
Oh, Lorena taking down Quokka.
Comes in a great flash, perfectly tossed into the playground. Can he get there in time, though? C-Max, no, tried to toss a smoke, but Pupachu with the pressure takes him down, and Rome continue their Oh no, dominance
They are-
here. They're now pushing that lead 3-1.
Definitely. I wanted to say win streak, but it's not a streak.
Yeah, no,
it's
they'd
just
been,
a win.
Ember had just beat around on them, yeah.
Maybe I just forgot about the win from Ember here. I just kind of blended it out. It didn't fit my worldview, so I just said, away with it. Yeah, Ember definitely has to work on that team movement, because often enough they have one or two people pushing hard and the other ones are just like far in the back, and they kind of have to make one moving front line, because often enough 3 people are focusing on one part and taking out 1 or 2 people from Ember, and the other ones are just then open to be picked up. It's just something that I would work on.
Now we are taking the full time between rounds. Either Rome or Ember trying to hash out a effective strategy to stay in this map. Ember definitely need to grab this here, but they need to change something up on Marsoc. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe just trying to stick a little bit tighter together as a 5-man unit. It just seems like sometimes they send 3 in and then have kind of 2 lingering behind. They're never really all 5 together at one time.
Yeah, you said it better than me, but it was the same as I said. Well done. No, it's good. I'm out of words today, which is kind of untypical for me. But we're already in for the game here. Rome with the pre-fire, Pupachute not taking any bullet chances, and pre-fire. We have a strong defense.
Wow.
Ooh.
Trade pretty far up. Quokka and Pupachute changing in some blows. Some early smokes coming in from Rome, but they aren't really pushing too hard up there with them. Naves going a bit too far. Switch is tucked in. Pre-fire didn't manage to catch him, so they're safe.
Yeah, we have the same situation that the grenade is flying, that Ember is not on one line. 2 people are again lingering behind, whilst William Dunce is front and center, enjoying the view, I guess. But is alone against Switch.
A lot of team kills today as Gladiator kills Lucky. A revive coming in onto Quokka brings Ember back to 5, and Rome now with only 3 left alive are not in the best of positions. I think if they can maybe smoke Switch and C-Max here on objective, they can make some magic happen, but...
Okay, William Dunce is retreating, getting a new angle. Nice rotation is always good. Lorena again with the, I must say, special choice of weapon with the silenced pistol. And the shotgun that's something too. I never see it actually used in the league here.
Yeah, he is one of the few players that does use the shotgun pretty regularly. I'm sure he loves having this tool to be able to utilize it here on a close quarters map. And the silence pistol comes out as he misses the shots there. Onto Rob, who's on the backside now of this offense. Gladiator trying to pump some rounds over to Rob there in the tank. Quokka pushing forward here too. Ember getting real aggressive with 5 alive. They're trying to choke out the offense, and they're doing it as Quokka manages to catch 2. It's all up to Gladiator.
Yeah, we have a defensive Rob that is actually pretty aggressive against only 1 alive. Gladiator taking down the way too brave, or, well, ending round. Thank you for letting me speak. Well done by Quokka here. And Ember wins this round yet again. Not giving up. Brave man. Brave flames, I would say.
They have managed to hang in there. Ember now be switching to the offense where they have not been having very good luck. Rome won their last defensive round with 5 alive in pretty strong fashion. Lorena Scout with that great nade and the silenced pistol kill. I'm unsure what Ember's plan of approach is going to be, but it's got to be a bit more coordinated I think if they want it to work against Rome.
Yeah, indeed. Rome proves yet that they have a strong hand. over Ember. And they should definitely step up a game if they want to keep going. But they do have a second map choice, which I would think is Downfall, which is totally a strength so far for Ember this season. 100% win chance on 3 rounds I have in mind. And could be hot and spicy if they decide to choose it.
Yeah, that'll definitely be the route for them to go. I'm trying to remember, what map did they pick against Lords of War? We can dig that up. I'm curious what their map choice was then. So I'm pretty sure Downfall was available. And we didn't end up playing
it was.
We'll see. We're not quite done with this one. 3-2 in favor of Rome as Ember go on the offense. They're trying to hang into this first map. It is Rome's map choice, though, so not terribly surprised to see them winning it. But Ember they've been scrapping. Just need to try and keep doing that. Not lose one early and maybe try and find that first pick. And Ember is exactly doing that. They've slowed up their play style now, and not a single one passing out of the spawn yet.
Yeah. I guess if they were pretty fast, again, they would have been taken out by William Duns, who took a pretty aggressive stance in his defense, not in this typical circle in the first street, as most people do. He is pretty far ahead.
Pikachu does catch Rob, getting a little bit too aggressive, not using those bushes for cover, and a bit exposed to Pikachu behind the red car. Some good shots from him, and yeah, William is definitely going to be the first one they're going to have to deal with this 3-man squad pushing up over here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's thrown his feet. Oh! Sadly, it got clung to a little wood. And he's still taken out, can't confirm the kill on Switch. But the idea was pretty nice. Yeah. Sadly, he had a little bit of bad luck.
Yeah, that was a good plan. I think once he heard that he had downed one, he felt maybe a bit overconfident on pushing that corner. The good pre-fire to secure the kill. And then, I don't know if you also saw the follow-up nades did come out. They just weren't quite properly placed. They could have been really effective, but C-Max and the rest of the Ember squad able to avoid a lot of the explosives coming in from Rome, as I think they begin to mount their attack. Smoke's coming in on objective.
Yeah, Gladiator using the smoke of his enemy to get to a better cover. Lorena is down by a grenade. That was a nice grenade.
No, he's down. That was his own nade.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I misread it yet again.
He botched the nade toss and ended up downing himself, and now Rome in a 3v4. They have rotated around to get the res. That does open up some pockets in the defense as C-Max catches Lorena rotating off that res. Hellfire going down to Lucky AF. Gladiator is still using the smoke. He's tucked into his enemy smoke. He finds one. Switch finds him. And now it's all up to the final defender on Rome. Where is he? He's all the way over by Redcar, Poopachu, and Ember are going to take the map with the cap.
Oh, God. Well done by Ember. Wow. They turned the game completely around. Wow. Well done. And the kills are flying in whilst they celebrating their victory.
What a fantastic final push there from Ember to get themselves the map 4-3. What a comeback. They were down 3-1.
Yeah, this shows again that if you're not vigilant about the enemy's plans, especially when it comes to cap, and you're done for. You can maybe win over the kills, but caps are still a pretty huge thing.
And you were wrong. You were wrong on your Rome prediction, but you've been right on a lot of the map stuff as we do go into Downfall for our second map, and this is Ember's map pick.
Hey,
I was on Rome's side for that whole series as well. Ember just doing a great job of hanging in there and then switching up their play style at that very last round. And to go for the cap when that's what you need. That's what they need to do. You know, they didn't want to try and go and defend when they've been barely winning those Volk rounds. Instead, they decided to risk it, throw the smokes in. They found the right kills, and I think what happened is that sub. I think it was Poopachu. I think he's a sub. I don't think he's on their active roster. I could be wrong on that. See if chat corrects me, but I'm pretty sure he's a sub, and so he just wasn't there to support the rest of the team, and we have Mike Crook coming in now for the second map for Rome.
Yeah, I mean, to sometimes realize that something is going on, that you have to head over the uplink. It's a matter of seconds sometimes. I mean, they're in 3 seconds they're on the uplink, it's sending.
Yeah.
So I cannot really blame him for him if he didn't realize it in that split second. But I do indeed
That's
not
true.
see him on the roster of any of the teams here.
I think he was a reservist, and I think now they have 5 Rome players in the lobby. So the addition of, I believe it was Mike Crook, has completed the Rome roster.
Yes.
So no more subs there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, yeah, you can't blame them either because they lost 3 on objective so quickly. Like for him to react, he would have had to have moved as soon as those shots started going out. And you know, you gotta check your pad, see what's going on there, and then make your move. So a couple of those seconds, yeah, allowing for the cap from Ember. And man, what a great start to the series.
definitely. I mean, I love surprises. Surprise me more. So, my expectations are that Ember is winning this round, so I want to be surprised, and Rome is gonna be winning.
Are you trying to counter predict yourself now? Is that what you're doing?
You know, you gotta change up your own game. Sometimes you gotta change up guessing.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. I
I'm in for the
respect
change now, and I'm just realizing how beautiful Downfall is.
Oh, yeah,
I'm always astounded. It's personally, when it comes to style of graphics and such, it's just my favorite map.
Oh, you don't hear that very often. It might be Quokka's favorite map too, since he finds the first blood here in under 30 seconds. William Dunt's going down. Mike Crook says, okay, I won't rotate around that way. I'll instead tuck by
It's a
objective.
pretty tight ring here around the objective. They're not very brave. And we have only one person who is doing his alone work. Just have to find him, actually. He's hiding from me. Ah, there it is. It is Lucky sitting here in the house, having a solid angle on the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be a problem
That's
on
interesting. How did he get all the way
Hellfire
over there?
and C-Max. Hey, he was running straight. When he was spawned, and he was like... and he was there. Hellfire and C-Max are probably soon in his eye. We just have to make sure... They have to make sure, not me. Not to get killed.
Yeah, they are super exposed, but Lucky is he's not willing to risk peeking that angle. They do have eyes over here. C-Max is drawn in right over to this position on Lucky. And on the lasers to really show you their angles they are covering, and they have one rotating around to the south. He may be able to find the back of Lucky, but I don't know. As long as Lucky stays tucked in and actually doesn't peek that window, he is safe here. He just doesn't have quite that big of an angle. God, he has perfect lines of sight on the C-Max and Hailfire, though, if he just checks this window.
As a passive flank, if he keeps down and is not getting discovered, he could actually take down the whole team if they're like pushing up the mid, if they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, you're right. That is the angle he's holding, too. He's really sort of he's not an early pick position, even though he is so far forward. He's really holding the angle where they're going to have to be pretty close to objective. They're going to have to be crossing Blackhawk, really, for him to be shooting at them. So I imagine he's probably not going to peek out from this because he wants to stay alive.
Yeah. Quokka doing a pretty strong rotation coming from the north roof all the way up to the canyon here and pushing up from the south.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, what is your
C-Max team firing on Quokka, shooting at Lucky as well in the window. He spotted Lucky peeking out a bit, and Lucky now taking his chances does take down C-Max.
Yeah, Quokka is kind of blind firing just in the direction of Lucky. Lucky takes this hint and pushes up to Quokka here. Quokka have no clue that Lucky is on his trail. But Lucky didn't see him though. So he's guessing too.
Rotation is important too. It does get him out of the line of sight of Hailfire. But Quokka is not in exactly the greatest of spots. You can see that a couple of angles here from Rome do have him in their vision, and going to try and smoke and cross to get over to where there's another Rome defender patiently waiting for him to try and wrap around the backside. Mike Crook.
Yeah, he's only covered from the mid inside. If Lucky tried to push through mid, he would be taken out by Hailfire, but all the other angles are completely open. And he should be aware that if he peeks one time too many, he's gonna be down for it.
Hailfire.
Ooh, and Lorena takes him down, not with the pistol, but with the AK-12.
Meanwhile, Ember is trying to make their move here. Rob goes down. Switch has managed to get on top of Gladiator, and Hailfire is in the 3-story. So if he can get up onto that rooftop, he has some decent angles onto a couple of defenders, but Switch is in a real bind here. Lorena Scout, eyes trained in, and Gladiator underneath him with a nade.
Hailfire pushing up center hotel, 2nd floor, having direct eyes on the uplink now. A good way to cover his colleague. Ooh, that is the defender directly taken down. And takes down Gladiator.
Ooh, a good double, but Mike Crook, the new, the sub for Poopachu, the actual Rome player, is doing some work here. Found a couple of kills, and now Hailfire is looking to take him out as he does find him on the other side of the wall. Lucky AF on the backside, and we're into a 1v1 and a kind of an awkward one.
Yeah, Lucky adjusting his VR headset, making some noise. I don't actually know what he's doing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, he's back in the game. Hailfire is guarding that entrance, and he knows he's there. Lucky retreating. Ooh, the pre-fire is coming.
Wow.
The LMG proves. The LMG proves. Well done by Hellfire here, taking him down with the magazine. That's why you take an LMG when it comes to pre-fire.
Yeah.
You cannot stop the pre-fire.
He tried to run away from it. He really did. He tried to scramble away into the corner, but there's too many rounds in that LMG clip, and yeah, he just kind of kept blind firing around the corners, going by those audio cues. A nice job there. Ember, after that map win, get their Marsoc round on Downfall. It is their map choice. It is their map of expertise, so to speak. I mean, the numbers are really proven to be true. I guess.
Oh, you have to.
Well, you gotta be careful, though. You gotta be careful about trusting those numbers.
Yeah, at least for this season, they have a 100% win chance in overall and a 67% win chance on the round counter. So they are pretty decent, at least this season.
Looks like we are going to be hopping into our second round of map number 2. We are just dropping in. It has been quite an interesting series so far. Ember kind of lulling Rome into a false sense of security on map 1, going down 3-1, and then coming back with a round and a cap.
I would put that false in quotation marks.
Yeah, right.
Pre-fire from William Duns going in. Kind of same time that Croker did.
That's caught him.
But giving him not anything in particular. Oh, Mind Crook has his eye on the early rush of Hailfire here, but luckily the weapon does not suffice for a good fire.
Yeah, Hailfire, they do know he's there, though. Definitely did radio win that position, so Hailfire is not exactly perfectly safe, but if he holds a similar angle in a similar fashion to how Ember did on the other side of the map, he does have a decent sight onto the backside of the objective. Quokka, however, getting aggressive, pushing up, finding one.
Yeah, it definitely shows that Rome has not a lot of experience on this map. The movement seems like they're not really sure what to do and they're just going for the feeling, and that Croker was there is actually pretty often done moves, so
Yeah,
they did not expect that.
it's what it's where they had one for Rome, so it's interesting they weren't checking. And lucky, the one that was over there does end up taking down Quokka, trying to rotate. He will be able to radio in some information, but I imagine he doesn't have too much. He's not going to be rezzed either, so Ember now down 1 into a 4v4.
Yeah, the double tap is trying to come in, but Quokka is still breathing and alive. Has 120 seconds, as a little fun fact here, to be revived. And he's not actually getting healed if he's getting back up. Still has his old count of life. Although, no, I'm not quite sure. I think to above 10 life when he's getting backed up.
Does end up getting knifed, so he's confirmed dead. No res coming in there, as expected. And Hailfire here got his eyes trained right on to the head of William Dunce, and down he goes. That's a nice kill there for Ember. But he is resable, so maybe they will rotate around from that rooftop to pick him up.
Gladiator doing a good rotation coming in here through the canyon. But he should be careful. There's still the possibility that it could have been seen by... I actually get the name. That's the art here. Where are you hiding? Ah, no. I'm confused.
I think it's Rob.
Yeah, I have something on my mini-map, but I can't
Switch.
really see him. There he is. Yeah, Switch. Switch leaving his position to get in the middle hotel. Center hotel here. Gladiator. Position nicely.
That was his smoke, too, I believe, so he could rotate out there. So a little defensive smoke coming in. Hailfire still getting so aggressive on that corner. I'm surprised he's still peeking that. And he does go down. Mike Crook finally spots him out. He gets picked up, and I wonder if he'll have time to res William Dunce. William's been down for, it has to be coming up on that 120-second mark.
I'm gonna lay down. Alright, you're gonna have to crouch down, yeah. I'm fucking laying down, but we got 2 minutes, so be fast.
And he does get res, so Mike able to get down from that 3-story in time. Rome looking good here on the offense as Gladiator begins to push up to the center, and he may find the backside of Switch here.
Lucky acting as a little decoy as he fires, and he seems to prepare a grenade. I'm not quite sure what he's doing with that grenade. Probably smoke to cover his tracks. Getting in the shadow of the house and into safety.
Which
2 smokes or 2 grenades? 2 grenades are flying.
Gladiator in the center.
C-Max gets taken out by William Dunce. And Lucky's pushing up the right side here by the watchtower. Coming in nicely and covered.
Yeah, he should be able to see a Switch here, but doesn't have the eyes on him, and Switch able to take him down. Now all up to Mike Crook.
Yeah, Lucky's still reliable, but I'm not gonna... Ah, well. No, forget what I said. He's not gonna get revived.
3v1, 50 seconds left on the clock. Rome taking their time trying to push this objective, and Ember doing a nice job to defend. It is their map choice, so not surprising to see them win a defensive map, but it is going to push them up 2-0 if they can just hold on for another 30 seconds.
Pistols out, Micro pushing up here. I'm not gonna believe that he's gonna do anything particular, especially as the time is running out. So, and he's get taken down by Switch. So you're gonna win the second round for Ember. Well done so far. No surprises here.
Numbers sometimes don't lie, as Ember do push up 2-0. We'll see if they can maintain that lead and if Rome can sort of start to scrap back here. But I do agree with you. It looks like Rome is just a little bit uncomfortable on this map. They just don't seem to be all working together like they were on the defensive side, at the very least, on Suburbia. We are going to get we're going to get an objective switch, potential for a close spawn, some quick action. We'll see what Rome does with that. But yeah, I agree. They're just not quite here on Downfall.
Yeah, I mean, they have a good chance. If they are aware of realizing the signs of a quick spawn, they could make up with their, let's say, individual skill to push up and take down Ember fast. So they don't have to dwindle with the forces of experience here from Ember.
Yeah, Rome need to get on the board here. They need to stop this momentum that Ember has going for them right now. They're feeling so good. I'm curious to see how lively they'll be in the comms when they spawn in. So I'm sure they're feeling good right now and feeling pretty happy about how they've performed in the last 3 rounds at the very least. 4 actually. They've won a round capped and 1-2 here on Downfall. So we'll see if they can keep that up as they do get a quick spawn. And look at this. This is a vet move here. Everybody
That's
prone.
beautiful. Yeah. Let's see if they make use. It seemed to be aware of it, already looking in the direction here of Ember. I would advise that if Rome has problems with this map, they have to tuck in, get some nice spots around the uplink, and just be very, very narrow. So they have only a very small angle on the uplink. But I guess they're having not the same idea as me, because they're pushing up in the center hotel, Mike Crook and William Dumps, preparing for a quick passive flank, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if
Letting
they
enemies
were.
by.
I don't know if they were necessarily ready for the spawn, but they definitely did come up here and are waiting for what I think would be the flank. But yeah, this whole team is here. Quokka is trying to thread the needle and go between the defense, but Lucky denies that, and Ember really trying to shut down Rome here with a map cap. Obviously, they wanted to send one sort of through.
Hailfire pushing up to William Dunce here.
A lot of rounds.
William's gonna take him down with the knife. No, with the grenade. What is happening? Oh, he's running from his own grenade. Wow, that was close one, but well done by William Dunce.
Definitely had the nade prep to toss it around the corner, but got surprised there. Dropped it in front of him and went for the knife instead. Nice job as Rob tosses out some smokes, and Ember is really slowed up here. They're going to be stuck for a little bit here if they don't get out now. As Rob goes down from Mike Cook, William Dunce rotating around gets picked off by C-Max. Finally, Ember finding one for Rome, but it's now 4v2.
All eyes on the center hotel here, but I gotta be sure not to watch over Lucky AF, who is just waiting for them to get past center hotel.
Yeah, they got to be careful.
Ooh.
In situations like this, you got to you gotta make sure you're covering all your angles. And Switch does have a decent entry point here.
One's in my building.
Mike Crook taking down C-Max, and Switch taking down Mike Crook. Each of them were a little bit too aggressive and exposed and got taken down. Switch alone against 3 people of Rome. Switch on the trigger here. He has to find a good angle.
I don't know what I'm not sure where that angle is. He has to, I think, wrap around the backside of Lucky is his best bet. Just really risk it all and approach from the center of the map. But he's going to have to deal with Gladiator first if he really wants to get that, because Gladiator can check out those windows, can see into this kind of center area. But if you can get past Gladiator, I think that's his best approach.
Yeah, Lucky is already itching and peeking in his direction. Switch is throwing that smoke, sadly in the wrong direction. It's gotten a little bit harder to throw smokes. Well, I forgot what to say. It's not a bad throw in that case, but it does not help him.
No, it
Gladiator
does
taking
not.
down Switch.
Yeah, Gladiator, as soon as he saw the smoke, his eyes were drawn there, and so, you know, he quickly finds the shots in Rome on the board now on downfall, and that's exactly how they needed to play that. They really needed this round, because now they can try and mount some sort of comeback. If they can win this Marsoc round, if they can potentially cap, they're really going to shut down Ember's momentum, and it's what they need to do if they want to take this to a series decider for map 3, which will be their map pick.
Their map pick, that's a question. You got me on the wrong foot here.
All good, I'm throwing a lot at you.
Yeah, that's normal. My map pick at first was that they're actually going to pick Quarantine for the first map, which did prove to be wrong.
Okay.
So at least 3 maps open that I had planned that were Quarantine, because it's one of those weak spots for Amber, Tanker, and Cargo. Well, Tanker and Cargo both are 50-50 maps for both teams. And we're in from the spawn in the canyon.
If you are just tuning in, we are underway with round number 4 of map 2. Ember coming back with a cap to win the first map on Suburbia, and they're now trying to win the second one and the series on Downfall. It is their map pick, and they do have an early trade between Lucky AF and Rob, and Lucky finds another, and that's 2 for Rome. A nice start to their comeback here. Exactly what they need if they want to get this map and bring it to series decider for map 3.
Yes, the remaining Ember people are doing a little triangle around the uplink, and Switch aiming 4th at the Twin Hotels. Gotta make sure that you're not running into his fire here. We have a somewhat uneasy Quoker in the center hotel.
Yeah, he does have a good line of sight up onto that North Hilltop area. He won't see anybody if they do decide to take the actual hill itself. But he has a lot of his teammates covering those angles as well. C-Max and Switch, both actually outside. So I think, interestingly enough, the best approach for Rome is to come in from the front of the objective, which usually is where you stack a lot of your defense. But Switch and C-Max seem to be focused more on their south.
Gladiator is up at the North Hotel, but has no eyes on anything. But he could be it could be a very dangerous flank for Rome here, for Ember, I mean. As he's very much not detected.
Yeah. Yeah, they are not expecting him here. Ember is weak on defensive eyes, too, so they're not really going to have anybody checking this north side very often. And unless they have Quokka pick him up in that center 2-story, he could potentially catch out, at the very least, Switch, who's here on the other side of this wall. 3:50 on the clock, and he has a lot of time to work with. I don't think he really wants to waste it, since the rest of his team is pretty close. I guess they are pretty spread as well. They do have one way up on the hill there, which is also a pretty long rotation. So they're setting up a few long rotations right now, which probably will come to fruition around 2:30.
Until he's there, it's going to be minus 230 if he keeps going slow direct.
Yeah. Yeah, they I mean,
Will, has to speed up a bit.
Will is so far away here up on this hilltop. If they lose their center push, he's going to have a long way to hustle to get to that objective and be effective.
Yeah, but it seems that Rome has a nice angle now, a nice grip, I mean, on Ember here, coming from all different sides. Gladiator has to now face Quokka to clear out Center Hotel is a pretty important step, as it mostly taken by the enemy, mostly.
Shots coming in from the hilltop to support Gladiator's approach. Maybe try and draw Quokka's eyes up over there. And I wonder if Gladiator... Can he thread the needle here? Can he go between Switch and Quokka? Not after that smoke. Now they know he's here.
Sometimes smokes are just giving you away.
Oh, and he's pushing in hard. Quokka does stay tucked in, and he takes these upstairs, so Gladiator not going to be too involved, and Quokka may find himself a kill here as he does surprise Gladiator. I'm sure Gladiator had a nice little heart attack right there.
I had.
Now into a
Another frag is going out by Quokka just to make sure that no one's coming outside to take him down. But he is safe and sound. Of course, he doesn't know that.
Now a minute 46, and like I said, because he was so far up on that hill, where is the third for Rome? I don't even know where he is. I don't see him on my map. I only see two here making their push, Lorena and Lucky AF.
William Dunce is
he's way
so
over on the
far
other side.
I don't see him. But he too got a good angle on.
Yeah, he does.
Coming up behind.
I wonder if they have any utility left.
You got to take down Switch, definitely. And he's pretty close to the uplink. Oh, there's a good chance that William actually heard the call out.
Trying to rotate around here, and yeah, I think as long as he stays quiet, doesn't push too hard here, he should take down Switch, and then they are really in a bad spot. He definitely heard those shots here, and he does peek the corner. Down goes Switch. Now how's Quokka going to react to this?
William is aiming at the window by Quokka, not exactly the one where he's to it. Smoke is flying at Center Hotel. You should be careful. C-Max is probably not going to peek as he's the last bastion on any flank. Oh, William is moving in on the uplink here.
Wow, Ember's so fortunate there. If Quokka had gone down, I don't know if he would have been able to rotate outside from that bottom floor to get the cap in time. Rome could have mounted a nice comeback there, but Ember able to hang on. Pushing it 3-1 now. They are looking to take the series in a real nice comeback fashion.
Yeah. Seems like this all running out to the third and final map. Which I'm not sure is going to be quarantine, tanker, or cargo. I have to decide on something. I would say quarantine, as it is Rome's map choice and Ember is not really strong at it. On the other hand, if you are down on your luck and you're picking cargo, it's always somewhat of a coin toss. So, it should be definitely a possible choice if cargo. I would say 50-50 cargo tanker quarantine. It's really depending if
situational.
Yeah, it's dependent. Yeah, it's really depending if Rome is actually studying Ember's map percentages, because you can either go after them, but my experience, most teams don't do that. Not that serious or not that interested in the numbers, and therefore just go with what they know that the enemy doesn't like because they played against them, or as they rather go after what they personally don't like or like. It's mostly after that, so it's really depending. I would say cargo is more, it's higher in the possibility to get picked. So I call cargo. It's called put my name on it and slap it close. I bet $50.
Well, don't be throwing down any of the hard-earned money quite yet. We have a few more rounds left here on Downfall. Rome will be going on the defense. It is a time for them to get another point on the board. And I mean, Ember were in this exact situation on Suburbia. Rome's map choice, down 3-1, and they managed to win a round and then capped for the map win. So if Rome can just do what Ember did, if they can recreate that magic on Downfall, we could go to a map 3. I mean, we'll go to a map 3 anyway, but I think that the choices may be different there depending if Rome can win.
Yeah, I mean, they could just throw it in when it's there. Let's pick cargo. I don't want to play anything too exaggerated, too complicated. Sometimes you're just down with the energy. It's really depending on how endurant these teams are. If, for example, especially the beginner teams are easily demotivated by early loss, so we're not picking, probably not gonna be too picky, or rather just want to get over with because they say, we are lost anyway. So really depending on what moods these teams can create, or rather how we can stay motivated. But taking that time, I guess.
Yeah.
One of the Rome people's missing.
Yeah, we are missing one from the Rome side. I wonder if they're doing a sub.
Sorry.
It's definitely not. Maybe you don't do that. It's definitely not Mike Crook, who was the recent sub into the lobby, but maybe just some tech difficulties on Rome's side. Just bear with us.
It's lucky.
Oh yeah, it is lucky. You're right.
Yeah, I guess technical difficulties, or you did not prove to be that that useful and just kicked him.
See if Poopachu comes back from the reservists or not, but I would be surprised to see that. I imagine Lucky's been doing pretty good, honestly, in this series. I've seen him consistently finding some kills, and
Yeah, it's an odd thing actually. These players that are so often in Onward lobbies and they're so good, like Poopachu or Purifier. I meant Purify. Such skilled player. And it's like, I'm not that good. And you ask him, are you playing League? No. Ask him, why you're not playing League? You should play League, man.
Yeah.
They're so skilled, but yet they rather go to the reservists.
it's definitely a commitment sometimes to play on a team if you know, especially if the team's practicing regularly like they should be. You know, you end up playing Onward maybe a little bit more than they bargained for, because I know some of those guys have so many hours invested already. And it does look like we won't have to wait any longer to see if we go to a map 3 or to see if Ember can clinch the series here on map 2. We're going into the action. Round number 5 of map 2.
Yeah, Rome should just tuck in, get a nice narrow angle so they're not seen actually when they come. And yeah, but again, they are ignoring anything that I would do and go for the rush. Lucky AF on the twins here and just going for the kills, for the sweet blood.
Yeah, there are some interesting angles you can take on that objective in particular, where you can actually catch out the northeast spawn. Seen teams like Globo and Beginners actually utilize it, but not coming into play here, as Ember do get a nice easy route out and are pushing in pretty quickly. Quokka fearlessly charging forward to this front center building here in the middle of the map.
Yeah, Lucky deciding for a pretty nice spot, actually. A somewhat passive-aggressive push. Being aggressive that he's pretty far forward stationed, but passive as he's not actively rushing for the enemy, but waiting to let him come to him. Pretty interesting. That's something that I'm going to note down. Something that I got to learn.
Yeah, it's been something that Ember's been doing as well, sort of sending that one flank defender out to get into a very advanced position and then sort of hold that angle here. He is vulnerable to a rotation from Rob if Rob decides to come in from this backside, but he's tucked into the corner. He's got a pretty good line of sight on what could be the push coming in from Hailfire, C-Max, and Quokka through the center.
Yeah, but he's not the only one that is not sitting in a house and enjoying a sweet summer day. Mike Crook sitting on a stone here by the twins and is getting aimed at, but he doesn't know it. And taking down Hailfire.
Ooh, 2 actually. He caught Quokka on the backside there.
Yeah, C-Max is going for the revive, but Mike Crook confirms the kill. Don't throw away that syringe, C-Max. You're gonna need it.
Mike Crook did have eyes onto Rob as well, but just didn't quite see the head peeking up out over there as he's pushing his way over towards Lucky very quietly.
Rob's coming in for that Lucky juice, I guess. But he cannot go there because one of Lucky's teammates is actually pre-aiming that corner. And Lucky is now too. But both turn away as Rob comes around the corner. That's what I call fortunate.
Mike Crook is on a rotation, though. If he decides to peek up over this ledge, Rob's going to be in big trouble coming up these stairs. And Mike does spot him out. Down goes Rob.
Yeah, I guess the fortunate just went into the unfortunate.
I'm telling you, Rome trying to do what Ember did. They've just got to win this round and then maybe try and get a cap. All I got to do is kill C-Max and Switch. The final 2 members left alive for Ember, and they're in a 5v2 right now.
Yeah, so far Rome seems to have their strategy laid out in front of them, took their time with the preparations, and it proves to be somewhat good.
Switch winning the trade there between William Dunst at the wall, and now he's catching some heat from shots, I believe, from Mike
Lucky's
Crook.
coming from behind, taking down C-Max. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't even see that rotation. He must have pushed out from that defensive position. This is really aggressive here. Rome trying to finish off the final member of Ember.
Yeah, Switch is a pretty bad spot. Lucky coming in from the left side. He's Gladiator has his eyes on that region, so he has to kind of move, but it's always hard in such situations. So many corners, so many windows where you have to peek. And Lucky now knows where Switch is coming from. The other way around. No, wait.
Wow, a snapshot from Switch does win the trade there. Lucky goes down. Switch gonna get the heal off. He's trying to take shots through the APC wheels up to that hilltop to take out Mike Crook, but couldn't quite find him. And yeah, he does have to be careful about Gladiator. He manages to make it around the corner. He has a minute 30 left as well, so not a lot of time.
No, it's in this map, this is like 1 second away from the game. He's got to hurry up. This is going to be a running move now.
Looks like he was spotted too. Mike Crook IDing him from that 2-story, and should be able to expect the rotation, but he didn't get spotted. This is a decent idea.
Yeah, at least he didn't rush in head first. He did a nice little rotation there. Coming on to the center hotel yet again. This seems to be the hotspot of this match.
Ooh. The comeback, here it is. Ember, Switch, trying to do it. 45 seconds left on the clock. They're having the rotation from Mike Crook coming out from that 2-story. It's not going to be in time. Gladiator here. He's not by objective, though. He has to rotate outside. Can Switch punch in the code in time as Gladiator decides to come around. He pulls the gun out. Gladiator goes down. This is going to be a cap for Switch here if they can't get in time. 25 seconds left. He's trying to crash on the corner. Switch has all the time in the world to punch in the code. And Ember taking the series and taking the second map with another cap, 5-1.
This is some good stuff. Some good stuff. I really thought Rome was coming back here, but Ember did not pick this map just for fun. I picked it because I know it.
I was completely counting Ember out there. I thought Rome had that sealed up. They had 5 alive into a 5v2.
By the way, you owe me some imaginary money because we are on cargo.
Okay. I'll give you those Monopoly bucks soon.
Yeah.
That is correct. Map 3 is going to be cargo. This is probably going to be quite fast-paced. I imagine, especially Ember, after winning the series here, are going to be feeling pretty confident, and I do anticipate to see a bit of that aggressive playstyle we saw with them against Lords of War here.
They did choose that map pretty fast. Did not take their time. Normally you have around 1 minute, 1.5 minutes of deciding time, but they just straight went for the cargo. I'm not quite sure if I planned that or if I just went as I kinda hinted at the we want to get over with it. So
yeah, well, they do have 2 that have dropped from Ember, so we are waiting for Ember teammates to join back into the lobby. I do expect maybe a sub or 2 here for the Ember squad.
yeah.
They do have a full roster, and they are a sister team to Blaze. who is a very high-ranked, I believe, is it Diamond? I think they're Diamond. Diamond-ranked squad, and I imagine that they'll try and mimic some of those strategies that you see at the higher level, where you want to make sure that your entire roster is thoroughly trained and efficient at playing in league matches. Because playing in a league match is so different than playing in a scrim or an open lobby.
Yeah, definitely. If I had a somewhat sister team that is better than our team, I would bug them so much for training us. Please, senpai, teach me those moves. I want to learn.
Yeah.
I would do that, but
I mean, you said it. They only had 3 days to kind of regroup after losing to Lords of War, and I mean, maybe that's what happened. Maybe they went and tried to talk to Noman or some guys from Blaze and say, hey, what can we do here? We did, you know, can you look at the footage? Where's some gaps in the coverage? Because they're looking good today. They've won the series, and we're gonna go to Cargo, which is Rome's map pick. And I think it's probably going to be their best chance at taking a map, because Ember are definitely looking good, at the very least better on the longer range maps than they are on the close quarters stuff.
yeah, I mean, you gotta practice everything on every point. My team is always like, oh, we don't like Subway. Yeah, you gotta play Subway, boys. Sometimes we cannot ban it. Sometimes we have to ban something else, boys.
Yeah.
But it seems that, yeah, you wanted to say.
No,
You didn't want to say anything.
No.
No, the 5 people are here from Ember, it seems, and are readying up. And while we wait the last seconds going into match, we're gonna thank our sponsors on this moment, VR Cover and ProTube. They are helping us keep the show running and also providing you with the necessities to improve your game. Step it up with VR Cover and ProTube, your merchandise for your skills. And also thank you, of course, for you. If you're into the AR League, we're always happy to see you coming at the Discord. Everything of the social medias is down below. We can hit us up and give them sweet VR juice and MMR juice from the games straight into your living room via Twitter. Was it good? Some TV stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to support the casters and everybody putting on the league as well, make sure to subscribe to the channel using Twitch Prime. And we also do take bits. I did see some bits coming in from a couple of folks in chat. Very much appreciated for that support. Keeps the lights on in the VRML caster world. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I gotta subscribe too. I have my free Prime month now.
Get it.
I gotta throw it at the VRML. Take it. Take my money.
It's oftentimes just kind of free money you don't even realize that you have if you're an Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime member. Good to be reminded.
It seems that Amber has yet again technical issues.
No.
Am I?
No, you're seeing right. We're still waiting on one more to hop into the lobby on Ember's side, and then we should be underway. There isn't any subs yet coming in from Ember, so maybe it's just, like you said, some tech difficulties for a couple of the players. Hopefully we'll have them in the lobbies shortly, and we'll be underway with this third map. I mean, it's been a pretty quick series. Probably done with 12 rounds, 13, yeah, actually 11 rounds in an hour. Pretty decent pace, although we have had a few rounds have come down to the last minute. So
The last minute action.
Yeah, it has been a pretty, I guess, long series. We'll see if Cargo changes that up. I imagine it will.
Yeah, the pace is gonna be changed anyway, because this map does not allow for slow-paced games. It's just too narrow, just too small. You're gonna be, except of course if you're just everybody sitting on the butts, but that's never happened to me before. But maybe we can use the time to talk about the upcoming changes. I did had a peek at the dev development blog for the next uplink, and of course there is our Turbine teaser coming in with a nice little it seems elevator. Kind of reminds me of that big Battlefield 4 Levolution, what they called it, map. I think it was China, called something with Chinatown, something. But what I'm actually really excited for is the brand new flip-up magnifier sight. You know, like, you can take a red dot and put it in the magnifier and you suddenly have it 4 times. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Those little kit additions end up being so crucial and change so much in a playstyle. They allow all sorts of little different variations in how you go and what kits you end up taking. I'm excited to see the return of the other maps as well. I'd like to see the map pool get expanded here, because I think we are definitely kind of back to a season 4 to 5 sort of vibe where we get the same sort of maps being played. Although we have seen Tanker and Subway sort of in the rotation far more than they ever have been, which is nice. I'd love to see the rest of the maps get that final polish and get incorporated into the league. Because then, I mean, more maps, the more diverse your rounds can be. You know, the numbers start to get a little bit less true.
Yeah, the numbers. It's gonna be really difficult to predict for me anything if the new maps are coming rolling. But if the maps are gonna be only just a bit as beautiful as Downfall is for me at the moment.
I know, it's exciting.
I was a little bit disappointed by Snow Peak when it came released, because I thought, oh, it would look pretty nice, but it looked kind of okay. Just so I was maybe expected a little bit too much. It's still the VR thing. VR is still pretty young. The technical difficulties are still high, and the settings are still rather meh. And I'm still playing on the Oculus Rift, which is probably limiting my my graphical experience too. But still, I am in for the map updates, and I want to see some new stuff, new expansions.
Still waiting on the 5th for Ember. I think we'll take a little break here and let our voices rest as we wait for him to join into the lobby. It's probably a timeout now at this point, at the very least, so I think we're at least 5 or 10 minutes into this sucker, so it should be only about 5 minutes more, ideally, before we hop into the round. Don't go anywhere. Hang out in the lobby. Ember has taken the series, but we still have this 3rd map to hash out in the VRML.
Oh, wait. We have 5 people.
Of course.
Hellfire is back. Oh, wait, was it Hellfire? I think it was Hellfire.
I think it was, too.
Sure. Yeah.
Either way, you are correct. We do have 5 now from Ember, so right as it's like they're trolling me, right as we go to relax, they decide that they're all here.
I can't be the only one who's making life up. Aye. Oh, it seems 5 people already.
Yeah, should be back into the action. There it is. A round of applause from the audience as we dive into the action to finish off the series. Map 3. It is Rome versus Ember on Cargo. So far, the series going to Ember. We always play the 3rd map out for MMR.
Yeah, everybody wants the MMR juice. What I lastly heard in the Downfall, Dead Logic versus VRAF match, the MMR juice.
A lot of smokes coming in, a lot of pre-fire. Not really coming out. Gladiator there finally engaging in. Wonder where all those smokes
are flying
went.
high. And we have Rob taking down Gladiator, getting taken down by Mike, who takes down Switch 2. And Hellfire's coming in here on Mike's back. Ooh.
Down goes Will. C-Max rotating around to catch the backside of Mike Crook. Mike here does hear the footsteps through the crate and should be expecting him to come around this corner, and down goes C-Max. Mike, danger close to objective here. They got to get this buttoned up as Quokka takes some shots. He misses. The repeat from Mike not landing. The Reina Scout and Smokes coming in here to support. And where is the rest of Ember? There's no one else alive. It's all up to Quokka, and a 1v4 as Rome looking to get the cap.
Just like vouchers flying around their prey waiting to die. This was some brutal stuff. He did not have a chance there.
Wow, Rome. You know, it's interesting. Ember, while they were making that push, did say this is Rome's map pick, and I mean, that really kind of proved it there as they pushed into objective with 3 or 4 on top of that OBJ surrounding the final member of Ember, and we'll see.
Yeah, they're definitely going in, taking as much as they can at least from that game here. Showing off sometimes to prove that you, even though you lost, you're still fighting.
Well, if they can shut out Ember here, they will potentially take the point total lead here because they can get. No, they can't. Well, if they get 5 points, if they 5-0 Ember, they can tie the scoreline 9-9. But if they do take the map 4-0, I mean, to lose 8-9 is it's the least amount of MMR you could have, just aside from winning the point total.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a chance, am I right? Yeah. The smokes, the aggressive / defensive smokes from both teams are flying high.
Wow.
I guess they want to make
Holy.
sure that we don't see anything.
Williams
C-Max pushing up.
Hailfire catches him out. Mike Crook goes down to Hailfire. Hailfire is on objective. Lorena Scout going down. C-Max is here to punch in the code, but he's doing it. There it is. Finally, Lucky AF and Rob just running past each other somehow. Rob goes down to shots to the back, and C-Max is here punching in code.
Yeah, it's difficult with the numbers, I guess.
No!
And Lucky comes around and makes sure that he knows numbers.
Wow, so much time to punch in the code. I think he had something like 15 seconds where he was trying to enter that in, but somehow just couldn't get it in time. And Rome, doing what they need to do, are now up 2-0.
Yeah, holy macaroni. Sometimes you just, when the pressure is high, numbers are not your thing. Might smell something.
Hey, a shout out to SliderCon for the Tier 3 subscription. Holy cow, thank you so much.
Yeah, we're just gonna make some e-bagging and that they're coming to us. Come on, boys.
Rome really pushing it hard here on Cargo, trying to take at least one map against Ember, as they have not had much success, and we're into round 3 of map 3 with Rome on the offense.
Yeah, I am guessing another cloud is coming in. I bet we could see less than any of the playing members here. There was some really cloud stuff.
Yeah, well over 10 smokes on the playing field. That would have definitely fried a computer in the old days. And William able to catch Rob trying to cross under the smokes as Quokka.
Quokka taking down Gladiator, confirming a kill. I cannot hear a word by all the shots flying. Quokka doing a pretty hard push on William here now. And gets taken out by Lucky AF. Only one member being Hellfire against 4 roams. Yeah. Oh, you gotta stop. You gotta stop the cap. He's not at the cap. Taking down Lucky.
Also gets flashed and continues to push forward now, tucking himself into a position as nades do come out. And Rome,
and the cap.
With the cap on the backside. I didn't even see Mike pushing over there. They get the map with the cap just like Ember have and take it 4-0.
Yeah, I guess we're not getting the 5-0 here.
No, we're not. It is a very minimal damage to their MMR, though, as they manage to finally get on the board and take that third map. Ember winning Suburbia 4-3 and Downfall 5-1, but when it came to that close quarters stuff, it really was Rome who proved to be the stronger opponent. But what a great series to spectate, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Was some action and some predictions.
Wow. What a fantastic summary from my co-caster. Welcome to the Onward VMRL, where there's action and predictions. It's the good stuff here. If you want to know more, you can head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward, where you can register for a team. You can sign up to be a reservist, and you'll find the links to the Discord, Twitch, and Twitter, so you can see when the streams are going live, on what channels, and with what teams. Because we do have multiple channels. If you aren't aware, we also have a Master League 2 and 3, where we'll sometimes host 3 games at a time. So if you want to catch all the action, you can throw up a multicast. Be watching 3 different rounds happening at the same time. It's a real ESPN Ozone sort of thing. Anyway, make sure you follow all of the Onward action so you can always be up to date. And also check out VR Respawn's weekly recap on YouTube. I highly recommend you tune in there. Hosted by our lovely co-caster and sometimes myself. We would love to have you tune in there. Make sure you catch those shows. And I think that's going to be it. Do you have any final words besides predictions and action?
I'm going to predict that the next car is going to be awesome.
I do. I think that's a pretty solid prediction. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna mimic that prediction as well. The next cast is probably gonna be pretty awesome. So make sure to follow the channels and tune in. I think later this week we'll be catching more Onward action. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster ChattingParrot. We will see you later.